In the headlines, Zamfara State Governor calls for deployment of special forces to curb incessant killings as federal government delegation paid sympathy visit. Unidentified police arrest unidentified dead body found in Chikun local government in Kaduna State. Kano State Police arrest suspect for murder of 13-year-old girl. And 8 killed in car bomb attack outside Mogadishu Airport in Somalia. Hello and welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Zainab Bala. Hello and welcome to the program. Now, Governor Matawalle of Zamfara State has called for the deployment of special forces to some black spots, particularly identified to be more dangerous centers of activities of bandits in the state. Matawalle spoke on Wednesday when he received a federal government delegation on sympathy visit to the state over the recent brutal attacks on some communities in Anka and Bukuim local government areas of the state. He attributes the persistence of armed banditry in the state to non-punishment of apprehended criminals, saying many at times the bandits are released without being charged, adding that this has strengthened the audacity of the bandits and made banditry attractive to some misguided elements. Speaking leader of the delegation, Bashir Sali Magashi, said the federal government is all out to bring an end to killings plaguing the country and assure that his magnitude of killings would never happen again, and that federal government will come to the aid of the victims of the attacks. Governors under the platform of the All Progressive Congress APC have paid condolence visit to Zamfara State, where 58 people were killed in Bukuyum and Anka local government areas. Chairman of the forum and Governor of Kebbi State, Atiku Bagudu, said challenges of inclusion, increase in population, desertification and proliferation of light weapons are some of the factors responsible for the prevailing insecurity in the country.
The chairman of the All Progressives Congress APC Governors Forum and his Katsina State counterpart said they are in Zamfara State to condole with the government and people of the state over the attack on 8 communities in Bukuyum and Anka local government areas of the state, where at least 58 people were killed. Governor Atiku Bagudu said in the last few years, the federal and state governments have been doing a lot to address the security challenges facing the country. He, however, stated that more resources, community mobilization, support of the people are needed to flush out the bandits.
Representing our colleagues in the Progressive Governors Forum, Northwest Governors, Northern Governors and the Nigerian Governors Forum, I visited Zamfara State Government House to commiserate with our brother, Right Honorable Bello Matawalle, Executive Governor of Zamfara, and the people of Zamfara State over the tragic incidents of the last few days that led to loss of innocent lives, and to also show appreciation and commendation to what our brother has been doing about security in the state. Most recently, he has been in Niger Republic, where, with the permission of President Muhammadu Buhari, he sought assistance and cooperation of the Nigerian president. And all around the country, he has been doing a lot, both within the state and within the zone, in order to mobilize more effort towards eradicating banditry, and a lot of success have been recorded.
Aminu Masari said without peace, nobody can live in Zamfara State. Hence the need for communities to support security agencies by providing credible intelligence so that they can collectively root out the criminal elements to restore peace and order.
We should not use the name of God recklessly. We should use the name of Allah with firm belief and commitment in our minds. That we mean what we say. But this leadership, I assure you, we are going to walk our talk. We will reclaim our land. We will, inshallah. We will not allow these bandits.
Matawalle said his administration will not rest on its oars until it brings an end to the attacks on communities and ensure peace returns to Zamfara State.
Excellencies, This humane spirit, the genuine commitment of our great party to put the people first in all its plans and the grassroots support are part of the reason for the successes of our great party APC. A visit of this nature will further improve to our people that the APC is indeed a people-centered party. The incident that occurred at Rupaldea, Ukun local government area, and the 7 villages in Anka local government area is indeed tragic.
The Zamfara State Governor thanked the Progressives Governors Forum for identifying with the state government and its people.
One person has been discovered killed in the early hours of Tuesday in Rumi Village, Chikun local government area of Kaduna State. Now, residents of the community told Trust TV that they woke up to see an unidentified male corpse at Alkali Road close to the police outpost in the area.
Bandits had abducted 10 persons after killing one in Bagi Villa in Chukun local government area of Kaduna State on Tuesday morning. Another tragedy occurred when residents of Rumi discovered the unidentified corpse.
Once we woke up this early morning, so when I heard people making noise, I said, what is that? They say somebody, whether he's drunk or dead, I don't know. I said, let me come and see myself. So when we come out now, we find out that that person is there. So there is nothing we can do. The next thing is just let us go to the station there and then invite the police so that they will help us so that one can get a chance and then go and look for indelible. No blood stain, no bullet wound, nothing. We didn't see nothing like maybe somebody stabbed him or whatever, struggle or fight or whatever. We didn't see anything.
Timothy Peter, a member of the Red Cross Service Group in Kaduna State, says they are yet to ascertain the cause of the death.
It's not an attack. We don't know of the attack. It's a corpse. We need to identify the corpse. But unfortunately, they could only allow me to get a picture of the corpse and no information regarding what happened to the corpse. So as I'm talking to you now, from my own point of view, I don't have a relative information to what happened to the corpse.
Paul Jettel, an elder in the community, calls on the government to beef up security in the areas to avoid further occurrences.
I woke up this morning to see an unidentified corpse just at the side of the car there. We try to see if people that comes around, maybe somebody could identify him, but to no avail.
I understand that we should be positive and be pessimistic, and I am.
We've never seen
but
something
I will
like
not
this.
to say that we are devastated.
A wound on his hand, and the way he fell, there was sand on the left side of his face, and there was like palm oil, red oil on his lips.
Personnel of the police under Operation Yaki Special Force later evacuated the body and deposited it in the hospital.
Still ahead, at least 2 civilians are confirmed dead when the Islamic State of West Africa province ISWAP attacked Tukuri Suvu Buratai Institute for War and Peace, a research institute of the Nigerian Army located in Buratai Village, Buloku government area of Borno State on Monday. Now, Daily Trust reports that insurgents stormed the community on Monday evening, shooting heavy artillery and burnt down 4 cars. The situation forced people to scamper for safety. Now, Buratai is the country home of the immediate past Chief of Army Staff and current Nigerian ambassador to the Republic of Benin, Tukur Buratai. Management of Army University BU in a statement confirmed that 2 civilians lost their lives, but that normalcy has since returned, adding that security has been beefed up in the general area. Still ahead, at least 30 vigilantes are feared dead, while several others missing after a bloody clash with terrorists in Gasso local government area of Taraba State on Tuesday afternoon. The Mieti Allah and local vigilantes, including some from Plateau, on Tuesday afternoon organized themselves and went into the forest with intention of flushing out the terrorists from their camp, located in a forest in Karbawi near Karal village, which is very close to Gasso town. According to Daily Trust, the terrorists got the information of the coming of the vigilantes through an informant and stationed their members in strategic positions, giving them advantage over the vigilantes. However, spokesperson of Taraba Police Command, DSP Usman Abdullahi, confirmed the incident and said scores of terrorists are killed while only 2 vigilantes died during the encounter. Elsewhere, police in Kano have arrested one Awol Abdurrashid alias Loje for allegedly kidnapping and murdering a 13-year-old girl. The police spokesperson in Kano, Abdullahi Kiyawa, said this in a statement on Tuesday. Kiyawa said the suspect kidnapped the girl and took her to an uncompleted building where he strangled her, cut her throat and buried her remains in a shallow grave, adding that the suspect then demanded a ransom of 1 million naira from her parents. The police said Abdurrashid confessed that he had earlier kidnapped a 3-year-old brother of the victim and demanded a ransom of 2 million naira. 10 persons are feared dead as one-story building said to belong to a Salvation Ministries collapsed at Okpanam in Oshimili North local government area of Delta State. The church building is located opposite Rain Oil filling station by the Redeemed Junction along Okpanam Road in Asaba. Reports say dozens of people are still trapped in the building while police operatives have cordoned off the area for proper rescue operation. The building, which is being used for the first time, reportedly collapsed at about 5:55 p.m. during a Tuesday evening service. At the time of filing this report, 8 persons are rescued and hurt, while 4 persons have been rushed to the Asaba Specialist Hospital. Now, Secretary to the State Government, Chief Patrick Oka, said the State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Ononye Modi, a team of Red Cross officers and firefighters were on the ground on a rescue mission. You're watching Trust TV News Update coming up. Tackling perennial suit in Rivers State. Details of this story and more after the break. Do stay.
January 15th every year, Nigeria observes the Armed Forces Remembrance Day in honor of soldiers who gave their lives for the unity of the nation. All across the country, wreaths are laid, speeches are made, government officials attend elaborate parades performed by soldiers and the Nigerian Legion. What is celebrated is the surrender of the secessionist Biafran forces to the Nigerian government on January 15, 1917. It is also a day set aside to celebrate war veterans who laid their lives during the World War. January 15th was also the day the first military coup took place in Nigeria. January 15th, 1966 and January 15th, 1970 all hold deep significance in the history of the country. Is this a mere coincidence? Join us on Trust TV as we bring you an exclusive broadcast of the Armed Forces Remembrance Day on January 15th, 2022.
All right, welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is Trust TV News Update, our top stories. Governor Motowalli of Zamfara State has called for the deployment of special forces to some black spots, particularly identified to be more dangerous centers of activities of bandits in the state. And one person has been discovered killed in the early hours of Tuesday in Romi Village, Chikun local government area of Kaduna State. Nigeria Customs Service says its operatives have intercepted 3,620 rounds of ammunition in Kwara State. The ammunition packed in 14 cartons were intercepted at Bukuru, Burten local government area of Kwara State, a border community between Nigeria and Benin Republic. The report.
The Kwara area commander of the Nigerian Customs Service, Controller Hussaini Ahmed, disclosed this while addressing a news conference in Ilori. He said that a car was searched at Bukuru based on intelligence report and found to contain the pump-action cartridges suspected to have been smuggled into the country. The ammunition, he added, is worth 1,444,000 naira. Still on the seizure for the year, he said 2,971 bags of parboiled rice were seized. On Revenue Drive, Controller Ahmed also disclosed that his command generated and remitted a total of 9.8 billion naira between January and December last year.
I make bold to say that from January 2021 to December 2021, the command has generated and remitted the sum of 9,848,505,922 naira 48 kobo, which surpassed the previous or 2020 revenue with 2,942,090,047 naira 18 kobo. Under my leadership as the Pioneer Custom Area Controller from July 2019 to December 2021, which is barely 29 months now, the command has generated and remitted the sum of 19,159,240,134,19 kobo to the Federation account.
This is 2 billion naira higher than the 2019 revenue.
Residents of Port Harcourt, Rivers State capital, described the state government's fight against illegal oil bunkering and soot in the state as a welcome development. The state has been confronting perennial soot emission owing to operatives of illegal refinery in the state. The report. The soot emission in Port Harcourt and its environs continues to be a major concern for residents who attribute the cause to illegal oil bunkering and gas flaring by multinational companies in the Niger Delta. Speaking in Port Harcourt, some residents say for the directive to yield the desired result, there is need for provision of alternative means of livelihood for those involved in the act, especially modular refineries.
And I do not think the Rivers State government is doing enough to tackle the issue of soot. If enough was being done, the governor would have released the report of the committee he set up on soot, which we've not seen the report today. Or if we see that report, which is a process of investigation, we'll get to know the sources of this soot. I know that artisanal crude oil refining site is being seen as the only source. It is not actually the only source, but because that report is not out, we can't really identify the percentage of pollution and black soot that the artisanal refining is contributing to this. So I think the governor has to do more beyond what he's currently doing to address the issue of soot in Rivers State, and especially to provide alternatives for youths who are involved in artisanal crude oil refining.
If the state government said the local government should clamp down on bunkering activities, it is going to be a holistic matter where responsible men of the society will be engaged to engage this bunkering. It can be a dialogue thing. But if you say go and get youths, boys that are not properly fed, to go and start fighting bunkering, of course, these bunkerers will take care of these boys and then this menace will continue.
It will be recalled that in the past few months, Petron has been fighting this battle. We have been going from places to places, smoking out the operators of artisanal refinery, otherwise known as Bofire in Rivers State. We are happy that the Rivers State government has come all out through the directives of the governor to the local government chairman to fight this fight.
Residents suggest that the best way to curb illegal oil bunkering is employment generation, calling on the federal government to create jobs for the youths so as to engage them in viable economic ventures.
The issue of clean and renewable energy is also another area that I think that if the capacity of youths are developed and they are given skills in that direction, it will help to do. We here at Youth and Environmental Advocacy Center, we are working at modalities of creating and establishing solar farms in communities starting this 2022, so that youths who are involved in these processes can get other alternative opportunities within and around those solar power systems.
Go to the villages, they will tell you they prefer that fire regime just for them to survive because it is cheap. Yet government does not think of how to produce, bring it down. What happens to the refineries? Is it wrong for a state government to build a refinery? Every Niger Delta state is big. They can build refineries. For them, produce. If you say if it is the modular refineries, you do it and do it well. Let the boys come, engage them.
Diplomatic solution can also be on stream. If you arrest or clamp down on the artisanal refinery operators, you bring them to book and give them an alternative of setting up a modular refinery. I'm sure that between now and the next few months, this area would have been turned around to become an employment hub for the nation.
The people commend the State Police Command for the swift action in the fight against illegal oil bunkering towards reducing the level of soot in the state.
Founding women and youth of the All Progressive Congress (APC) who worked for the success of the party in the previous elections say they have been marginalized by those in power. They made the revelations at a stakeholders summit organized by a group called APC Rebirth to appraise the journey so far. Trust TV's Shafiu Suleiman reports.
It was a moment of truth for the aggrieved members of the ruling APC who saw the summit as a platform to ventilate their nagging grudges against the party they propelled to victory.
I have the confidence that it will throw up issues and ideas perspective that will enable us understand how we can be able to start responding to all our numerous challenges.
Speaking on the theme of the summit, Rebuilding the APC of Our Dreams, Salihu Lukman says the party has failed to live up to its expectations due to entrenched interests slowing down its progress.
It takes extra effort for a woman, a young woman at that, to prove herself within this party. It's not fair. And the women, especially young women of APC, have been the backbone of this party right from time.
There are people with grievances, genuine grievances, but notwithstanding that, I'm telling you, and this is for the record, and you can take it anywhere, so far in this country, Nigeria, there is no political party to match APC's goodwill and also APC's record in just about 7 years.
Our party has not fared well in carrying its members along, most especially the young people. It provided a space for the young people when it was looking for people to win elections. But when it's time for governance, you see strange people that never labored for the party coming on board.
As they decried the current state of affairs in the party, panelists made up of consistent young women and youth say all hope is not lost as the party can reverse the negative trend to realize a collective objective. Shafiu Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
And now down to business. In recent times, millions of people can carry out financial transactions from the comfort of their homes. To keep up with the times, Standard Chartered PLC is shutting down half of its branches to work towards strengthening its mobile banking. The report.
London-listed lender Standard Chartered Bank has begun the process of shutting down 50% of its Western African bank locations. The bank's local unit already shut down some branches in December last year and will eventually operate only 13 branches in the West African nation, which is down from about 25 previously operated. As the world becomes more and more digitized and the need for unnecessary human interaction reduced, is the Nigerian populace ready for such a change?
We are not really prepared because of the networking system in Nigeria. So until we improve on that, because even to make calls, we find it difficult, not talk of maybe browsing or those things. And going on internet banking, you need all your servers to be readily available and be working at all times. So that's my take. Yeah.
It's a very nice one if they will get a good app for that. Because I've come across so many banks that had problem. Like I wouldn't want to mention names. I had a challenge with my bank because I tried going online to browse about them and so many, but the informations are not really good.
Policy. And then a goal which they've been trying to achieve for some years now, which is about digital inclusion. That's including every other person, not just people around the major cities where the banks are situated. So I think it's a step in the right direction, given that we'll have a lot more people now making use of the bank and banking products and products banks has to offer. Yes, and should I say yes and yes? given the COVID incidents of last year, I think it exposed a lot of Nigerians to a lot of possibilities. Before now, I think we always have the mindset that to complete any bank transaction, you have to walk into a bank branch to do that. But given the COVID incidents, where everybody had to do a lot of things without formal meetings, it exposed a lot of us to a lot of possibilities. And a lot of people from 2020 till today would have visited banks maybe once or twice, which would be to maybe renew their cards or do something they wouldn't be able to do offline. Given that some banks or a bank like Standard Chartered have maybe paid attention to all the other details that's based on what people walk into the bank to do and are able to provide it online. I think a lot of people would adopt it, given that, given the ease it would give them or grant them in achieving their tax.
At the end of 2020, only 64% of Nigerian adults were financially included. This means that 38 million adults remain completely financially excluded. However, significant strides have been made to digitize Nigeria's banking and payments landscape. A fully digitized banking system will aid in closing the gap.
At least 8 people have been killed in a car explosion in the Somali capital, Mogadishu. Head of the city's ambulance service, Abdulkadir Abdurrahman, said the car bomb targeted a convoy, including bulletproof cars using Aviation Street. The owner of the convoy is still unknown. The attack was claimed by Al-Shabaab and Al-Qaeda, linked armed group fighting to overthrow the country's unbacked government. The group said it is targeting foreign officers. And that's it on News Updates. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I'm Zainab Bala. Thank you for watching.